Hi and welcome back to the Extended Nature Lovers Edition. We are at Parua Bay today. The seagulls have joined me. There's a storm at sea perhaps. So today's Extended Nature Lovers Edition is going to be a little different because I'm going to put into the front part of it the kind of interesting nature stuff, and then at the other half of it I'm just going to have a whole bunch of barefoot ASMR, because I came across so many different surfaces and I couldn't resist rubbing my feet and hearing the different sounds that the stones and the sand and the shells made. So you don't have to listen to that part, but you also might really dig it. Parua Bay is about 15 minutes from Whangarei Township. It's the last kind of shop area that you hit before you go out into the Whangarei Heads beaches. There's quite a few shops there now, which is really nice, but still very much that kind of country, small town or small village feel. We are down in its namesake, Parua Bay. I'm going to introduce you to the pohutukawa tree, which is the one you can see in front of you now, and just check out a pretty basic New Zealand beach. This is the pohutukawa tree, New Zealand's Christmas tree. Pohutukawa trees love to grow next to the beaches, and they are our beach's climbing tree, as you can see. It comes out from the cliffs and then has all these amazing branches which generations of children have climbed. This is just a little one. I'll show you some bigger ones later. The pohutukawa tree has aerial roots that grow down from the branches like this. Some of them manage to reach the ground and reinforce the branches as they grow out longer and longer. Others of them weave down the trunk, creating these kind of crisscross patterns as they grow down the trunk, which allows us to then climb them later because they're very handy as ladder steps. Every kid in the north has climbed a pohutukawa tree. This pohutukawa tree is flowering already. Can you hear the buzzing? The bees are as excited as I am. There's a beetle in on the action too. Pohutukawa honey makes some of the best honey I've ever had. These are the flower pods just before they burst in bloom. And you can see the occasional red leaf there just before they drop to the ground. These are young pohutukawa tree, and you'll notice that the new growth for this year is that bright green, and the older leaves are the dark greens, so it kind of gives this real brilliant two-tone effect during this time of year. Parua Bay is a pretty tidal beach. You can't really swim here at low tide, just high tide, which is what we're at now. And there are some oysters here, so this is something you definitely don't want your bare feet going onto. I just saw a jumping fish. This beach is really fascinating because we have a whole bunch of sand here. Then we have the shells from the tidal lines mixed with mostly pohutukawa leaves, but other different plants in there. And then just down here we have itty bitty rocks which make a really different sound to sand. Much more coarse, obviously, kind of like sandpaper, I guess. And then when we get further down here, it's different again. I've only walked 5 meters. If you think this is beautiful, just you wait. This beach is pretty mediocre compared to what is on offer here in Whangarei. Not that I sneeze at this beach, because it's quite lovely, even in the dark greyness of those big clouds. Some far more majestic landscapes on our horizons. So I've been hanging out at the beach down there at the bottom of the road, and it turns into private land. And now I'm just going to walk my way up and see if I can find the places where you can go around the headland. Walking around this beach is definitely barefoot difficulty 3. There's oysters to avoid, there's big rocks, there's small rocks, there's shells, but we're all good. There's a boat ramp here. Hilariously, I got into my car and started to drive away, and then I spotted the track. We will have a wander down here and see what this beach access is like. This is the bird or the bird call you've just been hearing. The tui. They are excited because our harakeke, the flax, is flowering. Yum yum, they say. Wow. Ah, here's the beach I remember. The only other time I've been to this beach was when we introduced my kid to the water, and we walked here from a friend's place using the barefoot track that I'm walking on today. We walked from the other direction, which is why I've had trouble finding it, but I'm glad I did, because this beach is quite different to the other one. This is a classic pohutukawa outcrop, creating these amazing clay castles next to the beach. Look at this handhold. Whoop! It's pulled me right on up, and there's a few more over there. So if you come to New Zealand, you absolutely must climb a pohutukawa tree. They're pretty awesome. So this is where the Parua Bay track starts. Number 51 Ritchie Road. Pop down there, and then you can walk all the way around to the first beach that I started at. This is the other part of Parua Bay, accessible from Wharf Road. And as we pan around the building that you can see now in the centre is Parua Bay Pub. Fantastic views, food, goodness. Enjoy your week, and I hope you get to put your feet in nature sometime this week.